current definition would be to trick or deceive someone, to hide the truth from someone. As in, he was too clever to let them pull the wool over his eyes. Literally, pulling wool over your eyes is a little difficult. Just ask the shepherd. And unless the word eyes has a different anatomical meaning that I'm not aware of, this attempt would be a little too low. The etymology of wool, on or off the sheep, is still wool, and wool is used in a variety of clothing. In the 18th century, aristocrats were known for their fashionable, expensive woolen wigs, en vogue even with the judiciary. Displaying said fashion in public caught the attention of not only your peers, but cut purses as well. One favorite MO of the thieves was to pull the wig or hood down over their victims' eyes in the act of relieving them of their purses in order to get away literally sight unseen. The expression hoodwinked also came from this practice. Not surprising, after decades of such practices, the fashions of hairstyles changed. Thank goodness.
Hey, who are you looking at?
Everybody else was having fun, but Mary sure is a wet blanket when it comes to parties. Figurative use to describe someone who could dampen an otherwise happy occasion. Blankets have been used for centuries in providing warmth and comfort to those in need. Well, that doesn't sound very negative in the least to me. However, a dampened blanket can be very effective in dousing fires by cutting off its oxygen supply. The technique is very effective from small to large examples. So the next time someone calls you a wet blanket, take comfort in the fact that you have at least one redeeming quality. John just opened that business, and would you believe in 1 week it went belly up? Did you ever have a goldfish when you were growing up? Enough said. The figurative expression connotating being inexperienced. But how does being literally wet behind the ears translate into figurative inexperience? Well, for Laurel, that fits. But for everyone else, go figure. The answer for this idiom comes to us from the field of mammalogy. If you'd ever witnessed the birth of an animal, you'll recall them being covered with membranes and amniotic fluid. And the first thing the mother does is to lick the newborn clean. Many a newborn heifer has been seen stumbling around the barnyard still wet behind the ears because it's a difficult place to access for the mother. Sorry, Mom. Whoa, that's really wet. Armed to the teeth is a euphemistic way of saying that someone is carrying a lot of equipment. Ooh, she's armed to the teeth with weapons all her own. In the military, when in the field, if you want a certain type and amount of equipment, you have to carry it. But then again, using a weapon from your mouth isn't very effective. When crossing a river, to keep your ordnance dry, you have to carry it high over your head. In Revolutionary War days, you were equipped with flintlock, muskets, and pistols, which utilized black powder as a combustion source. When traversing a stream, if your arms were busy carrying your weapons, the only place to keep your powder dry was in your mouth. Hooah! Whoa! This guy's ready for anything. To get up on the wrong side of the bed is a very old idiomatic expression that means to start the day in a bad mood and to be grumpy all day long for no apparent reason.
Boy, the boss sure looks pissed.
Yeah, she must have got up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. The origin of the phrase is more literal than metaphorical. The Romans were a very superstitious people. They even believed that there was a right and wrong side of an object. That is to say, the right side of an object was the correct side, and the left was the wrong. In other words, the left side of things was the sinister side, relating to the devil. In fact, the word itself, sinister, was the Latin word for left, while dexter, as in dexterity, was the word for right. This superstition about right versus left is related to the superstition about throwing salt over your left shoulder because salt wards off the devil, who likes to attack from the left or sinister side. This is also the origin of having a devil on your left shoulder and an angel on your right. This belief also prevailed in using objects, in this case, your bed. If you weren't paying attention and you got up on the left side of your bed instead of the right, you were in for a terribly bad and moody day. Well, that explains a lot. When I was young, I slept in such a small room that to save space, my bed had to be pushed up against the wall. The left side, that is, thus forcing me to always exit my bed from the right. And that habit has persisted even through to today. I guess that explains why I'm always in a good mood.